For this fellow Kumar, it's consistently good. Bhuvneshwar Kumar, the senior statesman, without Jasprit Bumrah around. Game 3, the decider. Nice placement through the onside. That'll feel good.
Bhuvneshwar Kumar searching for the swing that was available in abundance in the previous game in Auckland. Started off his pads. Didn't really move away. Off he goes. Seifert.
Does slip, just in case there is a little bit of outswing. Or in the circle on the offside. Fine leg is up inside the circle. Deep square leg for Seifert in particular.
Talked about the pitch in the women's game and really how true it played, how you could trust it. Only seen a couple of deliveries here, but already it looks to be pretty good. And the outfield, I was talking to groundsman KJ prior to the game starting, so proud of the outfield, like a putting green. You saw the ball increase in pace as it went over it.
The 40 overs have been bowled on this surface, and I was looking for the spike marks, the bowler run up. Nothing, no ball marks either. Nice even coverage of grass.
Right, Munro on strike, and they know Munro pretty well with the homework that they do, and certainly the man out at deep square leg, or just in front of deep square leg, becomes a big factor because that's his pick-up area, away to the left. The other thing that might be of interest to talk about the conditions is the light that they're batting in right now. Munro didn't seem to trouble him there, and he begins with a 6. On the charge.
On the charge early. Almost premeditated, but boy, did he make good contact. There was no chance for the fielder. Clean hit.
What do these modern day batsmen think? It's an enigma. First ball. No sighters.
One of the beauties of T20 cricket, I think, that it gives you permission to play like that right from the word go, that you don't have to have any fear about playing your shots. And if you go out, well, we know that it's the type of game that pretty much it's hit and miss. You can build an innings if you're there at the top, but such it is an undulating ride sometimes, you're better to go out and smack it right from the word go.
First game today, the women's game, we saw a lot of bowling changes, and that was due to the flat nature of the surface as well, that you wanted to keep the batsman guessing. And what we've seen so far, 5 balls in this game, expect a bit more, I feel.
Wonderful start from New Zealand's point of view. That was a very comfortable 11 off the first over.
Yeah, they weren't even high-risk shots, were they? There was that wonderful 6 back, didn't threaten the fielders, and then it was just 2s and singles.
Name down the bottom. Blair Tickner fans, you get your wish tonight. He's on debut. Proud moment for all concerned. Khalil Ahmed, who was handy at Eden Park. Every day there seems to be a milestone in cricket. Now for MS Stoney, who's had so many in his proud and wonderful career, today represents 594 times in an innings he's been a keeper in international cricket. 594. Only Mark Boucher with 596. Wonderful South African wicketkeeper has eclipsed that. Dhoni also almost now 17,000 runs at an average of 45 across the board. 17,000 across the board at an average of 45.
Describe that in one word. I'd use legend.
You won't get an argument from me, I tell you.
And he affects those stumpings and the quickness of thought like a 19-year-old.
Yeah, and the other thing we're seeing now, even though he's not the designated captain, his leadership is also a massive part of that proud career.
Spoke about the number of innings as a keeper, but you would never see him keep. It's only in the matches that he dons the gloves. The practice sessions before the game, the warm-up sessions, day before the eve of the game, you would not see him don the gloves at all. He's bowling in the nets, he's doing everything else, batting, bowling, spin, fast bowling. Doesn't keep, and still he's that good.
And over. Gee, that was beautifully weighted. He had to just hold back Seifert. It was down to 114.6. Excellent execution there.
The scramble scene on that as well. He just held back, but look where his eyes are. So still, Seifert decided early what he was going to do. Still head. Didn't matter that it was in the air, it cleared the fielder.
Wasn't that bad a ball. Simply a brilliant bit of batting.
Another slow one. This game is only 11 balls old. We are seeing fast bowlers almost forced to change the pace. There's no swing in the air, no lateral movement off the surface as well. That's perhaps one of the few ways to keep the batsman guessing.
Pandya at mid-on does the fielding there. So 2 overs gone. And New Zealand going along very nicely early on, 19 for none.
Talked a little bit earlier on, Ian Smith, about the light and the awkward stage in terms of shadow, the ground, where the lights are come on yet, but it's that some parts of Hamilton City will have some sun shining on them, but here it is shadows right across the Eden Park surface. And you just wonder for the players what that's like.
Well, there's a little bit right over on the boundary there, way to the right, where there's a bit of sun shining. But coming from Napier, I'm not going to mention anything about sunstrike. That is a total embarrassment. Pretty good. He bowls those at the end of the innings, and he's usually spot on.
A tough ball to execute when the ball is new. That's why you don't see a lot of new ball bowlers even trying to bowl a Yorker. Margin of error is not that much. Find the block hole while the ball is still new. Slips. Hands somewhat.
He's got something in the eye. He was running in, an insect, or hit him in his left eye.
Oh, what a fantastic piece of camera work.
guys, one.
Slower bumper. This ball is also pretty much a gift of white ball cricket. Sean Pollock, I thought, was the first one to employ it, and then the T20 cricket just accelerated its evolution.
It's good bowling, because what this will do is frustrate Colin Munro. He's a dominator at the crease. He doesn't like dots, he doesn't really like ones, he likes big numbers. And when you can frustrate, something blows pretty quickly. That's blown.
Well, the key thing, the highlight of those 3 deliveries was it's typical T20 bowling, where you have only 3 lengths to operate with. Either you're finding the toes or the nose of the batsman, or a length that's really back of length that hits the bat slightly higher. Good length on a good surface, almost a bad length.
Umpire coming across, just having a word to say. It's Wayne Knight's actually just saying that happy about the fact that you're holding up the game to change your bat. It's cracked down the bottom. But the game today, I suppose, is all about hitting, and you want the right piece of artillery, I guess, to make it happen for you. You don't feel confident with a bat that's got a crack in the bottom, then so be it. You change it. Usually end of the over sort of stuff.
It was an opportunity too for Wayne Knight to change his spectacles or his sunglasses. He had a change, so timely. Yes, you've got to have the right equipment, don't you, if you're going to be batting in the shortened form of the game.
It's a good over. Kind of over that plants a seed in the batsman's mind.
That's the other thing with T20 cricket, and that's why some batsmen are far more successful in the shortest format. That no matter how good Bhuvneshwar Kumar is bowling, you pretty much know that he's not going to bowl another over. This is the last over of his spell. Just negotiate the next 3 balls and you'll be fine.
This is a very, very good delivery, as the other 3 have been as well, right up in the block hole. And speed was that one, 141, to dig that out. Only just. He saw it well, Seifert.
Well, this is home for Tim Seifert. He's a Waikato boy. Fans in this crowd. Cop that. This is outstanding. We saw it the other night. In fact, he, along with the other Indian bowlers, changed the course of the match. They stopped New Zealand on the charge, and they've stopped the charge early tonight with this. Pinpoint accuracy. Cannot get it better.
Good Yorker is a good Yorker, has been a good Yorker for the last 140 odd years. But this is a difficult craft to execute while the ball is new.
Our fine leg has gone back, so 2 men back on the onside. 3rd man comes up, so there's 5 inside the circle on the offside. Bring over to the left there. Brilliant over. 3 overs gone, 22 for none. So good, it's worth looking at again. Akash.
Some amazing accuracy. That bouncer was just to keep the batsman guessing, but then the other balls. And all this while you kept thinking that it's not going to be a Yorker the next ball. He will try something else. But if you can bowl with that kind of accuracy, why try something else?
lovely evening breeze to cool. It's been a very warm day here in Hamilton, upwards of 28 to 30 degrees in places, so players will be enjoying that. 22 after 3. And for Rohit Sharma, he's starting with 2 and 2 in terms of his opening bowlers.
Big over this one, I feel.
Yeah, this could be the one where they look to break out again. Nice slower delivery.
And they'd pushed Unfielder back to long on, anticipating one over the bat, but in the end played it too early.
Well, it's a kind of field that demands some real accuracy from the bowler. He can't go too wide of off stump because he has no protection in the deep there at all. Can't go wide, really wide there. Seifert looks to invent space over the top there and gets away with it just. My goodness, that would have been some catch. A catch for the ages, but it's a boundary.
It was a stunning chase and attempt to take a catch on the move. Here's the shot, first of all. Outside edge, Vijay Shankar absolutely got so much closer to it than I thought he was going to. What a terrific effort. Always running away from him, the ball, and he was trying to catch up with it. The arms and hands are out. The eyes are watching, but too far.
Had to hit it, but did it brilliantly. Did it really brilliantly. What a wonderful piece of action that was. It wasn't a bad piece of bowling or thinking, it was just outthought.
An attempted Yorker. But this is a premeditated shot where he expected the Yorker to be bowled. Got down on one knee, that lap shot for a 6. Incredible hitting.
Well, I think that's his hockey days, his ability as a striker. That looked like he was just slapping it round the corner.
Challenge for Colin Munro is to bat deeper into the innings than he has been doing. Because he scores so quickly and hits 4s and 6s so regularly that all he has to do is bat time. If he feels he's making a slow start, he can always compensate. He'll compensate in a decent over. Just has to be there. Always got longer than you think. Look for 2, and they won't go on the arm of Hardik Pandya, which is good.
Well, Colin Munro's only faced half the deliveries that Seifert had, so they're actually running at the same pace in terms of runs scored. 11 off 8, Seifert 22 off 15. Been watching from the other end a bit.
That is beautifully worked. Some really clever batting in that over from Tom Seifert. Nothing bullyish about it, just very skillful, 38 for none. Bit of a red sky at night here in Hamilton. And at the moment, it's a batsman's delight. And that's why Seifert looks in a rare touch. Hardik Pandya, exciting all-rounder.
Only what a change of bowling does, isn't it? A little bit uppish, this one, but just didn't have the same pace come through on them.
These are difficult overs to bowl. If you haven't lost a wicket for the first 4 overs, first change bowler is often put under tremendous pressure. You need to have your plans clearly cut out, and also the execution has to be spot on. The other question that Rohit will have to answer is who bowls the 6th? There is no Yuzi Chahal. There is Kuldeep Yadav, but will he go to a spinner for the 6th over, or will get Krunal Pandya? He's been his go-to bowler of sorts. Or Vijay Shankar, an over from him, his first of this T20I series.
He hasn't used Vijay Shankar, which has been quite interesting in itself. That's the Munro area, but, well, I was going to say, but has it got him again? No, Vijay Shankar, and he's collided with the advertising hoardings. He just hit the gap nicely.
It looks all right. It was not that bad a ball. There was protection in the deep as well. Dissected them nicely. Vijay is all right, but can't say the same for Munro's bat now. There is another bat change. Get the right stick this day.
And this time the umpire has come in and said enough's enough. Have your bats, but change them at the end of the over if you're going to. That's once too often. Nicely timed. Vijay Shankar is busy.
He's been impressive. Remember the direct hit from long on or long off in Auckland. Direct hit to dismiss I think Ross Taylor, who was trying to palm the strike. Outstanding effort today already. Swift mover.
Difference for me between Tim Seifert's approach, the right-hander, and Colin Munro, the left-hander, is that Seifert's tried to play more correct and more in the front. And that gap that we see in Munro's stance, and when he gets the bat forward, just doesn't seem to be as compact and lessening the areas where he can make those mistakes. But I think also that the Indian bowlers have really found him out in some respects.
Nicely judged. New Zealand going at 9s and over. They should be looking at 200 plus. It's 46 for none.
Tim Seifert, innovation, excellent. Very fast hands, along with Munro. Good opening partnership, 46.
Adding plenty of entertainment to the situation tonight, the Indian fans, that is for sure. Krunal Pandya. He was good. There's a quick single on offer. Chance at the bowler's end.
Confusion. Munro was committed and Seifert had sort of stopped because he was looking to use his feet. The good thing there was that Munro continued to go and gave Seifert no option but to go and put his head down.
plenty of that as Colin Munro right in his wheelhouse. 50 comes up for New Zealand.
Don't want to be bowling too many balls like that to Colin Munro. Dispatched to the back of the grandstand. Krunal Pandya going the distance.
It's a smaller boundary suits Munro, and the fact that he just times it, that's a lovely shot. He's been waiting, he's been patient.
Oh, that's clever. That's very clever as well. One bounce this time over a wideish long off.
We tried to do this in the last one and skewed it. This time he didn't go as far to leg side and probably tried to hit it a bit straighter. This is a really good batting surface. It's just getting on a wee bit of turn, medium bounce, medium pace. Once you get in, it is very hard to defend.
Tough over to come in and bowl. The last over of the power play, bringing on the left-arm spinner. No purchase off the wicket for him. Just showing what a good wicket it is. Batsmen can trust that they can hit through the line of the ball. So far, Andy is struggling to settle into his first over of the day.
He did a very good job in the first two 2020 internationals. Krunal Pandya bowling the 6 over in both of those matches. Wellington and again at Eden Park. Bowled his first 3 overs in both those games very tidily for around about 18-19. Only the last over has cost him in the first 2 games, but today he's going to be able to get a hold of it a little bit in his first.
Just to highlight, this is the 4 tonight. Stood there, actually held his ground and got a full strike through the ball. This was the last game. Went too far to leg and just lost his shape. So that's a good...
High on the back, but plenty of it again. This time it's Tim Seifert right across to that off stump and outside.
Such a tough game. It changes so quickly, doesn't it? Brilliant with the ball at Eden Park. Swung it in India's favour early. Now he's gone for 18 off 5.
See what he's trying to do there as well. Trying to jam Seifert up for any room. Go to that Yorker that's been so successful so far.
Oh, just gets a hand on it. Should punt. I think it might have been. But in the end, after 6, a very expensive over. 66 for 6, all the 6s.
It was an example of the surface not being able to hold. Didn't have to go back, Seifert. He just stood his ground and then transferred the weight. It's the over they've been chasing. A great way to end the power play.
A terrific start. Munro and Seifert. Pandya will continue. The gap, is it? Yes, it is. So quick, this outfield. That's wonderfully timed.
We've seen the power from Munro. And now we see the pure timing to go along with it. Just punches it on top of the bounce. Beats the sprawling mid-off fielder and just races away to the boundary.
Pull deep. Couldn't quite get there. That's what I like about his innings tonight so far. Has been able to pick up a single after each boundary for the most part, Colin Munro, and it's one of the things I think that people have been looking for him to do in the longer format, in the 50-over format, more often.
There's never been any doubt around his power or his ability to access the boundaries, but it's just that batsmanship that's probably been lacking at times, and he almost falls into the trap of being a hitter, I think, at times, rather than a batsman. So been great to see him here tonight, just relying on that natural timing, which he does have, and he's seen some good results so far.
Speaking of natural timing, have some of that. Hardik Pandya.
What is really impressive about Tim Seifert is the option taking. Against the spinners, you can get under it and put it over fine leg when the field is up. Now mid-off is up. This shows you how good a surface it is, because it didn't grip, it skidded off, but he's gone over mid-off. It's a real sensible option.
Side angle was great because it showed how he had to wait and then reach for a little bit, because it was a slower delivery, a off-pace delivery, which Pandya is bowling a lot of.
And it did do him slightly. He was able to hold his shape just long enough to make good contact. Often when you get pitches that are of medium pace, and maybe just under medium bounce, they become so nice to bat on when you get in. What used to even up here at Centre Park is often the slow balls will grip. They're not tonight.
And that's exactly why India need to just try and keep control, because without being silly, 220, 230 is not something they couldn't chase down if they played well on this ground in particular. In the gap, Bhuvaneshwar Kumar will get round and do it safely. Just the one. 13 from the over, 79 without loss.
Competition with one of the main sponsors of Blackcaps and Whitebirds, and that is our board range of terraces. Jenny, you're the winner. How's your day been?
Some stunning shots from our Sky drone up above Seddon Park here in Hamilton. Full house signs went up this afternoon. Wind farm out on the hills on the way out to Raglan, the west coast, the rugged west coast of New Zealand. Mark looks an absolute pitcher tonight. Kuldeep Yadav missed the first two T20s. Vendra Chahal missing out tonight. And Kuldeep into the side. Great start.
Absolute ripper. Here's the turn. A lot of bowling and warm-ups. Won't want to get too straight to Munro, but when he gets turned like that, he can. You can get straighter. What it does now, the variations come into play so much more.
Little slider.
But you've got to be able to pick him now. If it's not really doing a lot either way, you can just sort of hit through the line now. Three options: the leg spinner, the slider we just saw, and also the wrong one.
You'd like to think that the keepers would be better, or tuned to picking spinner, picking a wrong and out of the back of the hand. You'd hope that Tim Seifert would have perhaps a slightly better knowledge of that. Or not. It could be out.
Well, he decided to play it left-handed. They're discussing whether they should rule it. The question was, did it turn, or was it just sliding on and going to miss what would have been his normal off stump?
Yeah, I think they're talking about the fact that it was the wrong, and MS Dhoni's telling him where it hit him, just on the inside of the back leg, or the right leg, discussing whether it was the wrong and whether it was going to miss off stump. But it wasn't. Ooh, spinner. Oh, glove. Straight off the glove. There you go. That's the wrong end. And that is how quick MS Dhoni is. They'll go upstairs and have a look at this. He is lightning.
Quickest hands in the business.
James, we have an
MS Dhoni
for stumping.
generally seems to be one
with
who
the front foot
has
first,
got
please.
a pretty good eye for whether it's out or not. He's got a wee smile on the face there. He looks reasonably happy with his work.
Thank you. We've got a fair delivery. You can move to your best side angle for the stumping. Thanks. Okay, there's nothing behind the line there. Freeze it there for me. Have you got a zoomer there for me, please, James? If you're able to zoom that in for me. And freeze there. Okay, if we could go to the other side again, please, James. Not seeing anything definitely behind the line there. Yeah, and freeze there for me, thank you. Thank you, I've made my decision. If we could go to the big screen, thanks. My decision is out, repeat, out.
Well, that'll be another talking point, I think. Clearly, the third umpire is seeing different things to what we're seeing. Can't quite get that one either. But anyway, it was brilliant work from MS Dhoni behind the stumps. And Tim Seifert goes. New Zealand lose their first. It's 80 for 1.
Beautiful wrong'un. And it turned a mile, and the quick hands of Dhoni. Seifert thought he was okay. And they all celebrated. I don't know if they're surprised or the old statesman does it again. Brilliant work. And I'm sure talking point. I don't think Tim Seifert was that happy when he walked off.
Kane Williamson, the skipper, 1,478 runs at an average of 31. Strides to the crease. New Zealand with a very good start. This is the one that had my interest, to be honest. When it was frozen, when it was... the lights first lit up. There. Well, that's where you can see something behind the line. But that was where Chris Brown said, I can't see anything behind the line. Nevertheless, unbelievably good work. Brilliant work from MS Dhoni. He is so quick.
He has the amazing ability of catching the ball. Beautifully played by Williamson. Not often you see him lap, but he's going to have to because he's seen that it's spinning. It's a little bit like Dhoni. When he knows there's an opportunity, his hands start to come forward as he's catching it, and it's so fast.
It's almost the opposite to how you would teach young kids to wicket keep with big give, soft hands. He's almost in a position where he can be bringing his hands forward, makes him the quickest in the business.
Nobody else does it, and he's just such a natural athlete, MS Dhoni. Simply brilliant. 83 for 1.
And he's played so much cricket, but there was a smile to say that that's a real satisfaction for him. That's the real trade. He's hit sixes, he's hit fours, he's won games, but that one there, I dare say, he'll sit down and go, yep, that's what I really enjoy.
And beautifully bowled from Kuldeep as well. Talked about Seifert as a wicketkeeper having more chance of picking him, but he was done all ends up by that one. Didn't pick the wrong in at all. And crucial work from Dhoni as well to finish it off.
Krunal Pandya, one expensive over from our commentary box end, the northern end. Going to change around.
Might change the way that India approach things now too, with the way they've seen it spin. I reckon it's changed the way Kane Williamson's going to play. Very rarely do you see him lap straight away, but he's so good at controlling the length. Lot rests on Munro. He's got a quality start. He just needs to show some batsmanship here. Just for an over, maybe an over and a half.
Yes. Yeah. Bye.
Start to this over from Krunal Pandya. Quick though, 96, 99 and 98 kilometres per hour, so no opportunity for either Williamson or Munro to use their feet.
They're just looking to push the ball through and over quickly, no damage to it. Just try and push the game along.
That's smart. One thing you don't want to do here at Seton Park, float it up and get hit over your head. You want to get hit square as a spinner. You want to be hitting the pitch, hitting the surface. Here now is to get out of the over. 4 off it.
No run there, so very tidy from Krunal Pandya. 9 gone, it's 87 for 1.
The prestigious Halbergs Awards are happening this month, the 21st of February. It's a beautiful night where we celebrate all things sport in New Zealand. And there's a couple of cricket nominations. So, of course, the Blackcaps for their historic win in Pakistan, in the UAE with their 4-run victory, which we all remember so well. That's up for Sporting Moment. Another Sporting Moment, Amelia Kerr from the White Ferns with her 200 against Ireland. And then Amelia Kerr is also up for the Sky Emerging Talent Award. All of it is live and exclusive on Sky Sport.
Played. It was the wrong, and again, just coming back into the left-hander. See it, I don't think, or maybe he did, just ripped a bit quickly.
It's turning a lot. That is going a long, long way. There's a difference, and I was going to say it when you talk about Tim Seifert about picking it, Dooley. There's 2 things. One, you got to pick it, and then you got to be able to play it. I think Williamson definitely picked it, but didn't expect it to go so far off the pitch.
Got that, not sure whether he picked it, but it's found the middle of the bat. Colin Munro picks up another 6.
Gone away from the wrong in there. Whether Munro's picked it or not, he has deposited it into the stands. Sweep shot can be a very valuable way to play the spinner, especially when it's spinning big, and if you're not quite picking it out of the hand.
Yes, बहुत बढ़िया.
And good pace on that one from Kuldeep. 110k.
Missed on length for the sweep shot. Nicely played by Munro. Just swept it. I think what he's doing so well tonight, he's just reacting to what he's seeing. And he's playing the length very well.
Another beautiful bit of bowling. Tidy from MS Dhoni, but I don't think Kane Williamson's foot has moved. Dhoni knew it. I'll go upstairs and have a look just in case. Got the last one wrong, so who knows?
Third umpire to James, have an umpire referral or a stumping. If we could go to the front foot first, please. Thank you, that's a fair delivery. Go to your best side angle. Thanks for the stumping. Yeah, foot's down, and freeze it there, thanks. Thank you, I've made my decision. We could go to the big screen, thanks. My decision
No
is
trouble
not
at
out.
all.
Repeat, not out.
End of 10 overs, and it is 96 for 1.
First ball of the 11th wasn't too bad, was it? That's 100 up for New Zealand. And more importantly, Munro is there and playing an innings tonight. 50 for him.
It's just been really good selective stuff.
बहुत बढ़िया. विमान. मैं वही बोल रहा था. इसको उधर ले सकते हैं.
Important thing to note about Colin Munro and his career is the second last column. He's got 300s. Not many players do that. Not many players get one, let alone 3. He knows he can do that. He just has to bat the innings to do it.
Yeah, if you're Williamson, just keep giving him many of the balls of the innings as you possibly can as well.
What I've liked about Munro this innings, he's played the percentages very well. He's chosen when to hit the ball into his areas. It seems like he's in more control rather than that recklessness that we see him slip into from time to time. Williamson hanging in there, beating that strike, must be his #1 job.
Off the over because he hit the first ball for 6, and that always takes pressure off. And he set that one over extra cover for 1 bounce for a really profitable over. 14 from it without any risk. 110 for 1.
I think this is a couple of times now. Oh, we've seen him go Staffy. He's had an opportunity. He just started the one-day series or the T20 series just looking more confident about his game than he was in the one-day series. It's just a form of the game where he just knows, he watches and he hits.
Well, the first ball that he faced tonight, he hit down the park, and often that shows the state of mind that you're in as a batsman. He's backing himself,
believes that he belongs out there, and that's half the battle too. When you believe it and you sell that to yourself as a batsman, that tends to be half the battle, that you're winning. He looks like he belongs tonight, just showing all the confidence he does have at the crease.
The last ball of the last over, Pena, it's happened a couple of times actually. He's thought that perhaps Munro was going to look to go leg side and come at him, so he's tried to bowl it wide of the off stump and flat. He hasn't got it wide enough, and it's just been straight in the arc.
Well, this is the battle that India want to win here. This is Yadav with his tricks, his left arm tricks, and he's got plenty of them. Have to win this one, India. They have to get him here.
Yes.
Get him with that width.
बढ़िया.
I was upstairs, sorry, Emily, I was upstairs watching the Tim Seifert dismissal unfold. So I was looking at the big screen like Tim Seifert was. I didn't have the benefit of close-up TVs. And I watched it, and upstairs, the three of us looked and thought, man, I think he's got something just behind the line. I think he's okay, and quite surprised to see it come up as out. What I did like is that as soon as he got the message, Tim Seifert, he left the ground. He wasn't happy, but he left the ground. That didn't happen the other night. And I admire him for that, even though he believed, definitely believed, and a lot of people did, he wasn't out. He took his medicine and went. That was excellent.
It's tough as a batsman to take it, but you do have to accept the umpire is the final word, unfortunately.
I don't know how he got that there, Kane Williamson, because it looked as if he was beating Orleans up, and he picked up a boundary. Uncanny shot.
This is one they do a bowler's head in. Giving him the wrong end. It's a nice one too. Williamson's trying to get him to his trademark shot. It's just edged it. It's just rocketed away. Almost like it's got a little bit of top spin. Yeah, see that? It's top spin and off it goes.
Well, he's persevered with the slip the whole time, recognising he needs wickets to stop this flow. And his best chance is the outside edge of the indecisive bat. About there. Got away with it. 118 for one. So what next for New Zealand? Now that they've got 8 overs to go, Rigger, what do we do with this batting order? And I say we, what do they think tank do? Daryl Mitchell next, game 3. Ross Taylor, de Grand Homme. What do you do?
Well, if you're going to go on who's hot and who's not, I personally would have de Grand Homme walking out.
Straight up. We might be about to find out. Oh, no, that's shocking. Oh, my goodness gracious me. Dig a hole and hide. At that level, at this level, goodness me. Got to take those. And it's Munro.
How's he done this? Nice slow ball. Forced the error. Munro got into a bit of a tangle. Just gets a soft leading edge. You just... He's got the crocodile hands out too, the old Mick Dundee. It's just dreadful. Don't look at the big screen for the next 20 minutes.
tell you who I'd like to come out is anyone who can play Kuldeep better than what we're doing right now, and I think he's just got the wood on our batsmen.
Yeah, I totally agree, and that's probably why they might hold Colin de Grandhomme back. We were about to find out, but Khalil Ahmed, no.
I think when you get into the second part of the innings, what's happening out there, India?
Calamity. And Colin Munro is the major beneficiary of this. And he's got to get 100 on the evidence of what we're seeing. He's getting a lot of help. Now let's see if someone in the crowd can catch that one. No. 50 partnership in the blink of an eye.
It's going to make them pay. It's just hit from that solid base today, and he's hardly missed a trick with his favourite shots. Straight down the ground or hit to mid-on. It's so simple. When the timing's on, just amazing.
This time maybe. Oh, he's got away with it again. Uncanny. It's getting to Hardik Pandya.
Oh, no, I think this one's a tough one. I don't think we can climb into the fielder too much for this. First of all, you're probably not thinking it's going to come in your direction. So you're probably a little bit looking to the onside, and then all of a sudden you realise you're on. Tough catch.
When it's your day, you've got to cash in, and that's exactly what he's doing. Entertainment at its finest here.
When it's not, you take a deep breath. Finally, a nice piece of fielding to end the over. 135 for one.
Finally, I can finish my point. That being that I think when you go into the second half of the innings and you've got a lot of wickets in hand like this, pretty much them all in the bank, I think the order is irrelevant from that point. You just look at the list and go, right, wicket falls now, who goes in? Wicket falls now, who goes in? And that could change. It could change each ball. I think you've got to be prepared to have a few people padded up.
Wasp says 215. I think 215 is going to represent a really fascinating run chase. India coasted the other night. I think they always had it under control at Eden Park. But another 60 runs will test the skills.
Don't underestimate Williamson's contribution of 15 to the stand so far of 55.
It's not a wide. It's not a wide. Colin Munro can't believe it. I've got to say, I can't quite believe that myself. That's another opportunity. Hardik Pandya, he's going to get this. Surely, yes, he will. That's how you do it, fellas. That's how you do it, and Munro's on his way back. But it has been scintillating and punishing.
Yeah, not happy. Gone for 72, 135 for 2. Just the top, he's just had to reach a little bit. It wasn't the wrong, and it was the one spinning across, so it got a little bit far away from him to be able to find the middle of the bat. Maybe a little pointed piece of histrionics, do they call that?
Yeah, just catching it on the end of the bat there. will be happy with his knock. Will take all the advantage you can get when you get opportunities. But chance for Colin de Grandhomme again to show his wares.
Yeah, well, he goes to the non-strikers in initially. Now, I think it's a good move to get him out there. Because if he gets good, he gets going for 20 minutes, New Zealand will coast 200. And if he doesn't, there's still plenty of batting left. Williamson on strike. I think something contributed to this. There's my little theory on this. You can have theories in T20 cricket. Munro thought the first ball was a wide. Clearly thought that was a wide. So it's incredibly a wide. So he walks out to square leg. The next ball he gets is wideish as well. And he hasn't got the confidence to leave it, so he has to fetch it. And I believe that just contributed a little bit. See, that's wide as well. He said, I can't leave it. He won't give it wide. So he has to fetch it. Fair enough, Rick?
Yeah, but he has been whacking that line over mid-off as well.
Yeah, that's true. I think it upset him ever so slightly. Clearly upset me.
And me. It was awful.
Oh, Collins got away with it. And he'll sprint on back for 2. It's a big remainder of this over. This is a real challenge for him because Kuldeep is a master.
Well, I guess it's a freebie that's gone missing for the Blackcaps. It does get under your skin as a batsman. It makes you boil, and you could just see Munro's head rock back in disappointment. He's missed out, his side's missed out, and that little bit of niggle is carried into that shot. So, Ian, I do agree with you.
Well, he's out there with a licence, Colin de Grandhomme, as he pretty much always is, but I don't think he should be silly here. He should give himself a few balls to have a look, get a start, get a feel for it, maximise his opportunities.
Well, he's bowled really well tonight, Kuldeep, but that is it. And New Zealand will breathe a sigh of relief. 2 for 26 from 4, outstanding. It's 140 for 2.
He's off, he's done, but he's done damage all the same. The fact that those overs are gone will still be a concern for India. New Zealand's still going along at 10 runs and over. A big total here is in the offing.
Well, it's 10 and over. Smack on. And even though they've done such a great job to this point, it's the next 6 overs, I think, that determine the outcome of the match.
Oh, it's a great scenario, isn't it? Because New Zealand have a great start, and one of the things they did poorly was finish off their innings in the last game. There was just nothing came over the last 5 overs of the innings. It was very poor. A great chance to put that right.
Oh, that's good. That's very, very good. Oh, he's such a good player off the back foot, Williamson, in any form of the game.
There's still room for just a classic old-fashioned back foot drive, isn't there, in this game? See Williamson play that shot in a test match.
Maybe that's just what he needs to get one away, to feel good out there, and he may feel that that's all he needed. Spin's gone, so he can rest easy from that point of view, and he probably just enjoy this pace.
They're going to push for 2 again. They're going to put pressure on. It's a shortish boundary, but de Grandhomme anticipated really well running to the danger end. It's a good start to this over. Free inside the circle on the offside, and fine leg is up. And forced Khalil Ahmed to go around the wicket, which means his line around leg stump could be punished, because now backward square leg comes up inside the circle as well. So If he bowls or anything on the stumps or down leg side, he's in trouble. Oh, he's in trouble out there too. And that was timed.
Well, this is where he was looking to bowl. He was looking to bowl full and outside off stump. It just wasn't full enough, was it? And look at the way that Williamson hung back. It's almost another back foot drive. So rather than coming forwards to a full board, he's hung back on the back foot, which gave him the ability to create almost a half volley. Boy, did he middle it.
He's going to be caught at short fine leg. Yes, he is. That was a really good reply from Khalil Ahmed, actually, because it seemed as if it was never going to get there, and Williamson mistimed it.
Well, that field, this is exactly the ball you shouldn't be bowling. Short, because you've just got to help that over the top of the two players up on the onside, but just got high on the bat. The bowler, some credit, was able to surprise Kane Williamson. Handy little knock, though, 27, 150 for 3.
What was quite bizarre about this, it was only 124 an hour. It's been sitting around that 130, but it stuck in the crease and followed him. Couldn't get out of the way of it almost, and he strangled himself pretty much. Disappointing after such an encouraging start of the over behind that bat.
I think the slow bouncer is the Hail Mary of bowlers' responses. It's, I don't know what to do now. I don't know where to bowl it, so I'll just bowl a slow bouncer and hope for the best.
Well, out comes one of Waikato's favourite sons. Who's the son of one of Waikato's favourite sons? Errol Mitchell. Game number 3.
Oh, he's been a little bit unlucky in the first couple of games. He's promised plenty. He's looked okay. Obviously, controversy in his dismissal up in Auckland.
Still been a pretty good over from New Zealand's point of view. 11 runs from it. They lost the skipper, but they've still got, because they've gone well at the start, they've still got plenty of hitting power left. Just don't want to keep sending new players out. That does tend to upset the rhythm somewhat. So a little partnership here would be perfect. Still 200 plus is on. It's 151 for 3. There are 5 overs to go. Last 5 overs. The end of it belonged to India with those 2 crucial wickets of Munro and Williamson. But whoever owns the next 5 might own this match. We shall see. Simon Dool coming in with Akash Chopra and Scott Styris. And for me, Dooley, the interesting thing will be, how do they cope with Kumar's accuracy at the death?
Well, they couldn't quite cope with it at the start, Smithy. The Yorkers up front when he went the distance in his first over. He certainly troubled the New Zealand batsman. We'll look for more of that at the back end, but 5 overs to go. New Zealand will be searching for 10 and over.
They will, Dooley, but the worst part is 2 new batsmen at the crease. In a perfect world, not one person who's at least faced 15, 20 deliveries. Kunal Pandya.
Well, Rohit had held back Kunal Pandya, hoping that Khalil will be able to dismiss Colin de Grandhomme after what happened in Auckland. Went after him downtown, and this also isn't a huge ground.
And that is why he's got all the power in the world. We saw it at Eden Park. 6-4 to Gronholm.
It was quick, it was full, and it travelled the distance. Unless you're able to get some lateral movement off the surface, got to perhaps slow it down and bowl it wider, asking him to target a slightly different area.
Yeah, 83 Ks only, that one. First ball was 96, so where did this ball disappear to? We've got the box of balls coming back. Gone through the plastic chair, I think. Now somebody doesn't want to give it back.
And why not? Souvenir. India expensive. They've changed the ball. The umpires have come together with the fourth official. This time it's a wide. It's a good line too, I think, Akash. Stay away from the hitting zone. We saw India, I thought, adjust really well at Eden Park. Nice and wide or right at the feet.
Your call.
Come back for 2 on the misfield.
Very few players around the globe who can go over the covers region with a lot of strength. So ideally, when you're bowling wide outside off and keeping it fuller, that's where you want them to target.
No timing, but it's such a small ground. It's still a boundary for Gronholm.
I think he was trying to get it squarer because he's hit it with so much power and it's spun away. So wide though as well. He's got those wrists involved.
I'm slightly surprised that Colin de Grandhomme is still standing on his leg stump and not covering the stumps, knowing fully well that Krunal is going to bowl it really wide. Get closer to the ball if you can.
It's the fortunes of T20 cricket though, isn't it? 3 for 28 off 4 overs for Krunal Pandya at Eden Park. None for 52 with a ball to go. That'll be a wide. Not quite so happy with that decision. Just the big over New Zealand needed. Ian Smith mentioning whoever wins this 5 overs, he thinks is in the box seat. I'm not sure it was a wide. 167 for 3. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar. 2 very good overs under pressure in the power play. He was bowling those Yorkers on demand, and he's going to have to do the same. New Zealand flying along. 24 deliveries left.
Still an over from Pandya, an over from Khalil. And an over from here is almost predictable. Anything over will take the game further away. So 200 plus is a very likely outcome.
But 200 plus is also a score I don't think that India will be too disappointed about, because it is a small ground. It looks a terrific batting surface. New Zealand will play an extra spinner in terms of, you would hope that they get a better return out of Mitchell Santner than Krunal Pandya's 4 overs 54. Mid-off up, crunch through the offside.
Attempted Yorker, gone wrong ever so slightly, but that's enough. A lower full toss would have been fine if that mid-off fielder was manning the fence, which he will now. Third man, fine leg inside the circle. Mid-off has been pushed back.
The three fielders behind the wicket, all inside the ring. Rohit Sharma himself at cover. And that will be where the third man was. Clever batting.
Clever batting, not great bowling when you've just brought third man up and you bowl a short, wide one. Sure, he tried to take a little bit of pace off it or not, but it was pretty poor. Might have been just that little leg roller, but it still came out at 129 instead of 137.
That's a big start to the over. New Zealand will be hoping for at least, well, just 1 over of 20. I think it will be a game changer.
Where are the Yorkers when you need them? He bowled almost a full over of Yorkers, his second of the day, to Munro and Seifert. Now he's searching for that Yorker, a full toss first up and another full toss now.
Yeah, time for Mitchell to join the party. He had a lot spoken about the dismissal in Auckland, but he hasn't really had a contribution as yet as a new player. Just to feel the middle of the bat, I'm sure. Tough to do with the perfect Yorker.
No.
One thing I think that'll please New Zealand, they've had 9 overs of double figures or more, which is consistent.
One thing of serious concern here is that third game in a row, Rohit has operated with only 5 bowlers. Even when you're conceding 9s, 10s and over, still haven't gone to your 6th bowling option.
Run off every delivery. New Zealand 178. And even this partnership, 28 off 13. It's been smooth sailing for the men in black so far. Mitchell hasn't moved, nice and straight, boundary to finish the over. 15 off it, 182 for 3.
Yeah, quality, wasn't it? That full toss and ever easy. Held the pose. Look how far out of his crease he is, Daryl Mitchell. High elbow. Picks up a boundary.
Blackcaps opening batsman Colin Munro, 72 from 40 balls, a superb effort out there. A little bit of luck along the way.
Yeah, always a little bit of luck in 2020 in the way I play, but yeah, very nice to step up in a big game and obviously put a score on the board for the boys.
Another great opening partnership between you and Tim Seifert.
Yeah, it's sort of building nicely. He's obviously got an opportunity through Guppy's injury, but you know, just try and talk to him and start again from that first game. And you know, it was a good wicket tonight, and you know, hopefully we can get to sort of 200 plus, and then bowl really well.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about who you're targeting up front in the Indian side when they're batting.
All of them. Yeah, we need early wickets. You know, they've shown they've got a really good batting lineup. If we can get a couple early, 2 or 3 in their power play, it'll set them back nicely, and you know, hopefully that goes a long way in us winning the game.
Tell us a little bit about the conditions out there. How was it?
Yeah, pretty nice wicket. A little bit holdy when they bowled into the pitch and slower balls, but Dutchie's making it look really good. And, you know, hopefully we can get to that 200 mark, and then I'll have a chat to the bowlers and the bowling coach and come up with a plan.
All right, Colin Munro, thank you so much for your time.
Awesome, thank you.
Well, another chance goes down, but let's take nothing away from Colin Munro. 72 off 45, sixes, 5 boundaries. And that's almost hit his hands before he was ready. And no luck at all for Hardik Pandya. That's a wry smile. That's right in the gap. What a shot that is from Mitchell.
Once again, he didn't miss that Yorker by much, but what a shot. There were 2 fielders in the deep, precisely for this kind of a shot, but dissected them quite nicely.
Yeah, superb from Daryl Mitchell. Good timing. He just felt like he got it right. Last ball of the previous over, he was able to drive that one from Bhuvaneshwar Kumar down the ground. Got one out of the middle and now feels a little more comfortable, perhaps.
It was a small cameo, wasn't it, at the Cape Town in Wellington in the first T20, and it's the same again, 11 off 5. And you're right, when you're early in your career and you start finding the boundaries, you just relax a little, feel like you belong.
In that respect, T20 cricket is really cruel. Because the length of that innings, it's only 6 balls old. And you still need to jump on a conclusion whether it's good enough or not. There's no time to really settle the butterflies in the stomach and give yourself a bit more time, especially for anyone who's not opening the innings.
That's where you've got to trust your processes as a selection, a coaching group, captain, that you've got it right in the first place. Well, this is straight up, but it's in the gap, is it? There's work for Shikhar Dhawan, who can't get there. Granholm looking to get back for 3. And the bad luck continues for Hardik Pandya.
Vijay Shankar, I think, wasn't it? Coming around the boundary to his left. It was a great effort. Charged around. Big dive. Would have been a special catch had he pulled that in, but not to be.
41 off 18 deliveries. Even though both batsmen were brand new, they've absolutely taken to this pitch.
Back me.
Saw a similar effort, a very special effort from Vijay Shankar initially, where he was running backwards, now sidewards. One thing is, must be said, 10 on 10 for the effort. Goes for the catch. Doesn't really chicken out. Doesn't take the easy option.
Crucial dot ball. 192 for 3.
It's a nice sign, that, but I prefer the one at the back. Bacon, egg rolls, American hot dogs, steak and onion sandwiches.
Boys, already been out the back for your pulled pork tacos.
They were good, Tom. Going back again.
It's been big crowds all the way through the Indian series. Always terrific to have them on these shores. And not only is it the fact that they are big crowds, but quite vocal supporters. Indians, aren't they, Akash Chopra? Love their cricket team. The cheer for MS Dhoni at Eden Park was quite special for a visiting player. Maybe a little frustration on the brow at the moment.
Mahendra Singh Dhoni is a global icon. Wherever he goes, it feels as if he's playing at home. There's the standing ovation. He'll get a lot of these placards, banners. That's what you get in India as well, not just for Dhoni, but AB de Villiers, Chris Gayle. And loud cheers, standing ovations. We do appreciate, we do love our cricket.
Edge got him. Makes the adjustment, does Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, and gets rid of de Grandhomme.
And this time it did move around, flipped it wider, outside thick edge into Dhoni's gloves. Safe as a house. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar once again a Yorker, fetching him a wicket. An outstanding innings, calling the Grandhomme. 16 ball 30. New Zealand 193 for 4.
New Zealand will feel like they've left a few out there if they don't get past 210. Still 10 balls to go. Trying to do the right thing to Grandhomme. Up and over the offside. Just lost his balance a little bit. The old head, Ross Taylor, who makes his home in Hamilton these days. Well and truly used to this venue. Experienced cricketer. And this is a role that New Zealand have preferred to use him in the last 2 or 3 seasons. So Ross Taylor, what can he conjure up with Daryl Mitchell? Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, barring his third over, has been exceptional tonight. I felt on a pitch which has been as good for batting as you'll find. Back for a couple.
Ross Taylor has played 88 T20. He's got only 550s. Perhaps understandable that he bats lower down the order. With a strike rate of 121.
Well, he got dropped for a few seasons, and the reason was because of what you're just talking about, the record. He was batting up there at that number 4 spot for quite a while. And they wanted to rekindle that hitter that Ross Taylor used to be. So they put him specifically in that role, told him that that's what the role will be. The other thing that'll please New Zealand is not really lost 2 wickets quickly. First partnership with 80, 55, 15 and 43. So they've kept their momentum all the way through, which is a great trait to have in a T20 innings. Top edge. It may bounce once. Kunal Pandya couldn't get there. And the 200 up for New Zealand.
Oh, again, valiant effort. This has travelled a long way. That top edge has gone very hard at it, Mitchell. 2 chasing it. Khalil and Krunal Pandya. Neither able to get there, so boundary 4.
That psychological hurdle has been broken. Swing and a miss. 200 for 4. So Bhuvaneshwar Kumar will finish his 4 overs. 1 for 37. And in the context of where this innings will finish, it's a pretty good effort. 1 over left in the innings. It'll be Khalil Ahmed tasked with that job, and it'll be a little mini momentum battle. If India can finish this off nicely and chase less than 210, I think they'll be quite happy.
Well, he bowled a very decent 20th over in Auckland, but that was also on the back of Bhuvneshwar Kumar bowling a fantastic 19th. Ross Taylor getting dismissed, the only set batsman, and bowling to the tail. These 6 balls, they'll tell us a lot about Khalil Ahmed, the bowler, as well.
One leg and third man up inside the circle. Means there's deep square leg, deep mid wicket, long on, deep point and long off. And there's 6 from Taylor. Wow, how powerful has he struck that?
Well, that's the ability of Ross Taylor. Anything short just lines this up. Such a great swing of the bat. Flat and travelled. What have we got out that side? 63 plus 7. We'll give that one 71 metres. We'll give it 1 extra for change.
Well, I thought your mass was a bit out there. You saved yourself. I'm sure that was an edge, but hasn't quite carried. The slower delivery, it's cleverly bowled.
First one was a slower delivery as well, a slower bouncer, an attempted slower bouncer. This one full and wide, third man fine leg inside the circle, and so is the fielder at point. He's got only 2 options. Either you're looking for the block hole, putting his toes, or you're bowling those slower ones, taking the ball away.
Well, he can't bowl the slower delivery back of a length or slower bouncer. Ross Taylor's just hit that one out of the ground, so I'd be surprised if he goes back to that. Ross Taylor has to look full of deliveries. He's missed out 2 in a row. Pretty good pace though, 135. So 15 by and large, 14 kilometres an hour difference.
Surprised him, Estoni as well. The glove's quite hard.
It's not something you see Ross Taylor do a lot of, Charge. He usually does that little shimmy across to the offside.
Followed it up with another slower one. Dragged it a little short. Taylor tried to shovel it for a 4 or a 6. Didn't really get the middle of the bat. Not a bad over so far. 7 of the first 4. Finished strongly. Give yourself a chance.
It's been a very good fight back. That first delivery that Ross Taylor hit for 6. And just the solitary single off the next 3 deliveries. Making sure, in a conversation with his captain, he's got his field right and plans of what style of delivery it'll be. Daryl Mitchell, an opportunity just to finish this off. Timing not there, another single. Very good again from Khalil Ahmed.
Anything under 10, you've gone for 6 off the first ball, is outstanding. And even under 10 in the last over of an innings, I think you'd take as a bowling unit. We talked about it, Scotty. 210, 215. I don't think India should be worried at all on what is a very good surface to bat on. Skid on nicely. It's not an easy ground to defend.
Baseball from Taylor, and it will go for 4. So he can't keep it under 10 off the last. It'll be 212 for 4 for New Zealand. Game on.
Well, started with the 6, finished with the 4. An almost identical ball to finish the over as he started. Slightly better result. That was a 6, this was a 4. And 2-1-2. Even though the ground is small, the pitch is flat, I still feel that that means India's job is cut out. Chasing 10 plus an over from get-go is never easy.
So that will be the equation. India requiring 213 off their 20 overs at 10.65 runs per over.
Key will be separating these two from a New Zealand point of view, because if they can get going, they can do almost anything right. Sharma and Shikhar Dhawan saw that at Eden Park. They just paced themselves nicely through to that run chase. Well, they have to put the foot down a little bit sooner on this one, and the first 6 overs will be fascinating.
Also a New Zealand bowling attack that's quite inexperienced. You've got Blair Tickner on debut. Really excited to see how he goes. Also excited to see the pace that he bowls. He's 6'5". He's got big long arms. He hits the pitch really hard, but there'll be nerves. Scott Kugelheim, only into his 4th game at T20. Been hit around in the last 2 games. You think of someone like Daryl Mitchell in his 3rd game. So a lot of inexperience in the New Zealand bowling attack, mixed with Tim Southey, and obviously Satner and Sodhi. But I wouldn't be surprised if spin opens up.
You're very good, Craig. You're very good.
Just the captaincy instincts kicking in, Smithy. Or it's called looking out the window.
Well, it's an interesting choice to go with Mitchell Santner, with Shikhar Dhawan, a left-hander, on strike. Both these Indian openers, they are fairly comfortable against spin, as you would expect. 132 is his strike rate, which is now moving upwards. There was a time when he was in 110s, 115s, but now he's become an aggressor. Well, there is no doubt about his abilities. The highest T20I run scorer in the world, 2288 to his name.
Well, he's Santner, first ball of India's challenge here.
Lovely start, Mitch.
Got to say, when he lipped off Eden Park the other night, I put decent money on that Mitchell Santner wouldn't be opening the bowling here tonight.
No, just a bruise. He has opened the bowling before, and often he just about bowls a little outswingers to the left-hander.
Boundary number 1. And a pretty easy one too.
And if you miss short when you're bowling little outswingers against the class of Shikhar Dhawan, you're going to be picking up out of the gutter.
More like preempting. Shikhar Dhawan stepping down the pitch and therefore dragging it wide and bowling it faster.
Lovely, Mitchie. Lovely, Mitchie. Into me.
It's just dragged down. The only thing really that Shikhar Dhawan had to do is hit a gap. And that was done with ease. I don't think 213 as a target will phase India too much, because they play so much of this cricket. It's daunting for most sides, and it's challenging for India. But I kind of think they've been there, done that before.
And it's such a good batting surface, and it only gets quicker as the night. It won't have dew as it gets wet, but it does speed up, and New Zealand showed how good it was.
India's fortunes in white ball cricket with regards to that have been tied to the top 3. The 2 openers and Virat Kohli. There is no Kohli today, even though one of the Pandya brothers is slated to bat at 8. So there is depth. But I still feel that it's down to these 2. Maybe more about Rohit Sharma when you're chasing a big total.
Oh, he's hit it down the throat. Oh, yes, he's held on to it. Daryl Mitchell. What a bonus that is for New Zealand early on in the piece. The very first over, and Dhawan goes.
Didn't get it, and Mitchell, he had to come in, and he had to keep coming. And there was a little bit of a bobble at the end of the hand, but he was excited to hold on to it in a big moment. Shikhar Dhawan was tore ends with 5, 6 for 1.
That is a bonus. It has to be said. It was there, and there's only one man out there And he found him. So much space, so many areas he could have hit it. And that is an outstanding catch. It's never easy coming forward into a low hit ball like that. Brilliant catch.
Got the pace down to 87k. Every one had been around the 100 for the over. Perfect start for New Zealand.
Leg stump. Here we go, boys. We go bang, bang, hey, lads. Come on, Mitchie. We got that one, boys. Now
BJ
we go
Schenker
bang, bang,
in
hey, come on.
really early tonight. So a slight change from Eden Park. We're punt batted at 3. Well, and that beats everybody, including Tim Seifert, and that will be Whites.
An arm ball gone wrong. Shouldn't have been a boundary. Seifert should have stopped it. Wasn't that wide.
Oh!
11 for 1 after 1. This may well be MS Dhoni's last innings on New Zealand soil. You don't know, but certainly he's hinted that it might be his last visit at the end of his career. And it's a sellout as well to acknowledge that. So many Indian fans hopeful of getting a glimpse, one last glimpse maybe. He's playing such good cricket, you never know.
In Saudi, he'll be searching for swing. If there is swing available, is more than a handful. Vijay Shankar has been promoted in the batting order, and once he's not bowling a single over, you know that he's playing only as a batsman, and he has impressed. Unlike many strikers of the ball, he goes with a straight bat. Thought must have been to send Rishabh Pant to keep that left-hand, right-hand combination going. So it is interesting indeed. And Pant is not the only left-handed option in the batting order. You've got Krunal Pandya as well. You can also push him up the order if you want to continue with that left-hand, right-hand combo.
Next up. Thank you.
On the basis that it just might do a little bit. And Williamson has Ross Taylor at slip.
Just a hint of swing for Tim Southee. Just makes it. Got to watch it closer.
It's interesting, isn't it, that he's got a slip in place for Shankar. Didn't have a slip for Rohit Sharma. Bowling to the reputation and not to the batsman who's not set yet. Was outstanding at Eden Park in Auckland. This is a start, a beginning of a new innings.
Gone quite wide now, Taylor. In fact, he's around about 5th slip.
As a bowling unit, this is what a huge target allows you to do. Be more aggressive in the first 6 overs at least. If there is swing, search for it. Have the right kind of fielders in place if there is a neck. There is enough in the bank to actually spend a few early doors.
Makes such a difference to Tim Southee. Wide of the crease there. Normally, really full one. If it's not swinging, someone like Sharma will be onto it in a flash. just about on the edge of the crease, angling it in and shaping. He'd be inclined while the ball swinging to actually give them Southey maybe another one, if not 3, but there's not a lot of experience for later in the game.
Well, he took Taylor out. Not for Sharma, which gives the opportunity to find the outside edge, but you also think that that was quite deliberate, the shot on that basis. Well and truly under control, it seems. 17 after 1.5 overs, so good start.
Now third man comes inside the circle and mid-off has been pushed back. And there is some swing available, it's visible. Being really full.
$18 for 1 after 2.
Next up.
Cameras these days get close to the surface of the moon. It's just outstanding. Right, centre's 1 over spell. Got rid of Shikadawan, and now it's Scott Kugelheim. And without Lockie Ferguson, he'd be the quickest on show.
Yeah, he will be. He's also gone for a few in the last 2 games. Runs in and just tries to bowl quick. There needs to be a bit of thought and a bit of a plan to what he's doing, especially against quality players.
We've seen Shankar has the ability to go straight down the pitch, takes the aerial route, extension of an off drive, but going aerial. I haven't seen him pull or hook a ball for a 6 yet.
.146.1. That's hooping it be right at the top end of his spectrum, I would be thinking.
They're going to make some players in first class cricket feel a bit better knowing that he's bowling this quick, because he hurries a few up. One that'll be of interest will be Blair Tickner. He was in the mid 140s, Scott Storris just said, in the Super Smash, the final last year. He'll get more bounce. He's taller. Kugelheim skiddier.
Question is, when Kane Williamson will ask him to bowl, would he bowl him inside the power play? Tickner I'm talking about. Would he just give him one more bit of protection? Or would he say, you like bowling with a new ball, here, have it, son, that's why we've picked you?
Oh, I think you got to bowl him. That's what he's been picked for. It's what he's done his whole career.
If he has to, then he should be bowling the next over. If you delay his introduction further, you'll make his job tougher.
Beautifully worked. You cannot bowl on the pads of Indian players. No matter who they are, they'll get you.
And fine leg inside the circle. Helped it on its way. Vijay Shankar has been impressive with the bat. Doesn't really try to muscle the ball. It's the desired result. you're bowling 147 clicks, you actually need a long off in place for Vijay Shankar, who's played only 6 balls.
Well, that was just about 148. And on your point about Tickner, I'd give Southey one more, because if it's swinging, make the use of it. I'm with you. I mean, you want to try and either hit him over the top at that pace. Well played.
How about down the ground? Oh, that is an astonishing shot. 11 from the over. They're on track early, 29 for 1.
$150K. This one, telling you. That was an astonishing shot on 150K. Scott Kugelheim bowled that last delivery. And it was met with disdain. Back foot through mid-on. Stand there, fetch that.
That's an incredibly tough shot to play, regardless of the 150K. However, moving on, Blair Tickner on debut. Huge moment. Striving for this moment. A run out first ball. Or maybe not. Williamson quick thinking down the bottom here. He was not initially expecting a throw to the bowler's end.
I hope that was a slow ball. It was 122K. We've been talking it up about his pace. Maybe it was an off-pace delivery.
If it was indeed a slower one, then it tells you something about his temperament as well. First ball in international cricket, comes up, bowls a slower one, trying to bowl a cross seam, taking away swing, giving more control.
That's what he does. Maybe a bit wild as an outside off stump, but 138K then, that was better. Really good that he's in the game early. The only issue I have is that the ball is swinging. And Tim Southey can create trouble with the ball. And now you're going to lose it.
I go back to your earlier point that he might need experience at the end. He might need an old head to bowl a few overs at the end, Kane Williamson, in case this chase goes down to the wire.
Good battle. And on debut, young at international cricket at the other end.
I think that last shot from the previous over might have just the adrenaline going for Shankar. He's pretty pumped up, as is this young man. Good battle.
Push for 2. Colin Munro, who often finds himself out as a boundary rider.
The good thing for someone like Tickner is that he's been playing this format of the game. But what his plans are and what he's looking to do will feel pretty natural.
He's got the element of surprise a little bit as well. They might have heard of him, but they wouldn't have seen too much of him. First wide in international cricket.
Just slightly too short. Just slightly.
Looks like he's enjoying himself. Yeah, it's an easy one. Smile on his face. Whether it's a nervous one or not, I'm knew too much about his character, but he's appearing to really relish this opportunity, and he's in it for the fight. One bounce. Third man up inside the circle, which gives anything outside off stump a free swing.
He brought in the third man fielder just before this ball, and then that line outside off allowed him to free his hands. One bounce, getting a boundary, a crucial one. To be fair, India needs to move at about 11 and over. Power play over should give them at least 65-70.
Well, normally you bowl the third man into the over, 38 for 1.
Handsome trophy. Well, Tim Southey goes to t'other end. So Williamson is going to mix and mingle tonight by the look of it.
Sixth over. As many bowling changes already. Fifth over, I beg your pardon.
It's a good player, this Vijay Shankar. We haven't seen much of him. Looks like he's got time.
It's interesting that he's starting late in the race for the Cricket World Cup. He's there and thereabouts, but he's impressed everyone with his batting. Slightly surprising that he's not been given enough bowling. He bowled in Napier and a few overs in Mount Maunganui as well.
That's a pretty similar shot again, but New Zealand have seen enough of it. They have some protection down there.
In the ideal world, if he was bowling a few more overs, then it would have been a race between Hardik Pandya and Vijay Shankar, or perhaps having them both for the Cricket World Cup in England. Another seam bowling option, someone who can also bat lower down the order. But since he hasn't bowled, it seems that he's competing with just proper batsmen. Ambati Raidu, Dinesh Karthik, Rishabh Pant.
When you're chasing big score, you do need an anchor. You need someone who can pace himself through a large majority of it, and that's his role tonight.
He's only faced 9 deliveries. Shankar 14, Shikadawan, of course, only third. Obviously done their homework, New Zealand, haven't they? And if they didn't, that shot off Hoogerline through mid-on to Shankar showed them mid-on back, third man up. He definitely looks like he likes to go that region. That's his strike zone.
Yep, we'll take that. Terrific dancing.
Captain getting into the act as well now. Little shimmy down the pitch. Created an angle. Not just being an anchor for Rohit Sharma, since you need about 11 and over from here onwards. Got to keep the scoreboard ticking a fair clip.
And 2 fours to finish the over. All class. Rohit Sharma. It's 49 for 1 after 5.
First 5 overs of the innings started very well for New Zealand. And there's been a very good counter by Indian in the form of Shankar. How was that for a shot? He's very attractive to watch. Stand up, throw your hands through it, along with Sharma as well. So matching New Zealand, just 1 wicket down. And see the way, though, that the New Zealand innings accelerated. So they're going to ask India to continue on that same vein. Will take some batting even now.
Different end for Scott Kugelheim. Starts with a slower one.
He bowled fast, didn't he? The first over. That's the slow ball this time, but hit 150k. Came back probably a little faster a couple of times, but still.
This has gone over long off, and it'll be 1 bounce and into the boundary for 4.
Well, that one is slower delivery again, 117. It's quite different to the very first over we saw from Scott Kugelheim, so he had a bit of time to get the back lift going. Stayed in his crease, though, and just went with the blow of the bat, almost like a pendulum. Finishing up.
Oh, clever, but can't quite get it through.
Just tries to drive anything that's in his own half, really, doesn't he, Shankar? Stands tall and gets the hands through it. Job Kugelheim's change up his pace, try to get some missed time and get a missed time shot, get one that just lobs away as he tries to clear the inner circle.
It's well bowled. And away with it. Rohit Sharma pick up a couple more.
Not bad for an edge, was it? Still had a bit of power behind it. Wasn't really where he wanted it to go, but still had the power, and it was on the ground.
In the size of the edges on cricket bats nowadays.
Partnership as well. Rohit Sharma, Vijay Shankar.
New Zealand have amassed that 212, and the desire of India to get up and try and match it. We're seeing the invention of some amazing shots, even standing in the crease, not using the footwork much, but just that arc of the body and bringing the bat through, and the amount of power and timing that both Sharma and Shankar have got.
An unusual thing to have power with a name like Shankar.
He's playing the right game, isn't he?
He certainly is. The power there. But the side of the bat, edge of the bat. 6 gone, 57 for 1.
Yeah, fielding restrictions off now for New Zealand, so maybe a sigh of relief in a way now that the New Zealanders can try to force the innings to hit into protected areas of the park. What the Indian batsmen were doing there was just looking to hit through the line of anything they could hit through the line of, and with the field up, you beat the field, you pick up 4. Now New Zealand, New Zealand can comparatively put the brakes on them by good field setting. They'll be happy to allow singles, forcing the Indian batsmen to play into the areas of the park they want them to. Very difficult to do that in the first 6 overs.
And I think we'll see dual spin as well. Mitchell Santner, back for his second over. Opened the innings up, went for 11. See Ish Sodhi come straight into it.
But as we know in T20, you've got to be taking wickets, and the fact that he was able to get out Shikhar Dhawan out making inroads. A lot to think about. 2 batsmen that have got themselves in and both blasting.
Oh, Mitchie, well bowled, Mitchie, well bowled, boy. Lovely, Mitchie, lovely, Mitchie. Come on.
Couple of bounces down to Tim Southey, so no timing on that occasion.
It's been good, hasn't it, from Santner? He's just slowed it down. They're having to come out and play genuine shots, change of pace. It's always going to happen bringing on a slow bowler, but been clever in where he's landed it.
Lovely, Mitchie, lovely, Mitchie. Very well bowled from you here, Mitchie.
Look at that, he's gone 90 at the beginning, 95 a second delivery, Ks, and then dropped to 81 and back up to 96.
See what he's trying to do.
Yeah, I don't mind that ball, the one that was slower in the over, because it's got wicket-taking intent to it. He's trying to get it past Sharma. He's trying to drag Sharma down the wicket and spin it past him.
And if he happens to catch up with it, generally only going to go to that sweeper on the boundary on the offside, so get out of the over, and that's what he's trying to do now, just fall from it. Just to try and get out of the over with dot or a 1, maybe a 2. Or a wicket. Can't get there. Tim Southey, not timed at all. Good over from Santner, 7 gone, 62 for 1.
Well, in terms of runs conceded, that was a much better over from Santner, pushing up the run rate required by India now to 11.6 and over. And as predicted, spin from both ends. The blitz is on.
Be a little bit disappointed, I would imagine. Ish Sodhi. News today that he's not been named in the one-day side for the Bangladesh series. Zealand selectors opting to go with Odd Astle as their leg spin option. Mitchell Santner, of course, #1 spinner in the side.
He's quickly becoming a T20 specialist, Sodhi, isn't he? Modern world of cricket, that's... Well, you'd be happy enough with that, wouldn't you?
Well, one thing I'd be happy about with the moment is that it's only going for singles. Stunning view looking down
Here we are, boys.
Seddon Park. Lights of Hamilton in the background.
Oh!
Genuine turn.
Lovely, yes. Brilliant,
That has gone. It's gone quickly too, hasn't it?
boys, here we are.
Now, what will the wrong un do? Well, the googly spin.
Shot of high quality from Vijay Shankar.
Tell you what the googly would do. It'll get spanked into the grandstand. This looked to me, the first look as well, the googly just came out too high, too lobby, too much width.
Out of that, says Vijay Shankar. Back-to-back sixes.
Saw the length really early, picked the balls, dispatched them where they needed to go. Fast wrists. No chance for the fielders.
Goes up, your lads, come on. Here we are, boy.
Oh, he got him. Has he got him? No, they were excited behind the stumps. Missed everything. 8 gone, 76 for 1.
Well, I thought Shankar had turned and walked here. But that would only have made sense if he was back at the other end. As he turned and walked, started walking towards the embankment, not the dressing rooms. He's just annoyed he's not missed. He's annoyed he's missed out on a long hop.
That was exactly what put me off, Mark. I thought Vijay Shankar had given himself up, but clearly missed the ball.
He'd earned himself a long hop, hadn't he, by putting 2 good, nicely pitched deliveries for 6. And there it was, the adjustment, the over adjustment, the short one, and he missed out on it.
Certainly looks like Rohit Sharma's intent is to give Vijay Shankar the strike and say, well, you keep being aggressive. You happen to get out, I can take over that role, but at the moment I'm just happy to bat through or try and anchor this innings through. Another shot of high quality, brings about 4.
How good's his hands? This is just all hands in the shot, bottom hand. It's all bottom hand. Look at it there. It's in close. It's awkward for him. He wants to hit it offside. It's almost leg side, and he can just scoop it with that bottom hand. Quite brilliant.
Got enough of this or not? I don't think so. It's Colin de Grandhomme. He's got good hands. Very good hands. And Shankar has found them.
I thought he got a bit more than what he had on this one, but in the end, and I thought, looking at the catch, almost casual from de Grandhomme, but he watched it all the way into his hands, but well worked out from Mitchell Santner.
Yeah, who's gone ballistic for Mitchell Santner. He knew how important that wicket was. Shankar's gone. Boy, he was looking dangerous, wasn't he? Goes for 43, 81 for 2.
They played a very fine hand, though, Vijay Shankar. 43 from 28. Those big hands of Colin de Grandhomme. Just cruised around the boundary, pouched the ball. Very comfortable. New batsman. Sorry, Rick. New batsman Rishabh Pant.
I was going to say that's about as pumped up as you'll ever see Mitchell Santner. Knows the importance of that wicket. It was a casual catch too, wasn't it? It was almost like you see them running around the boundary taking catches at warm-ups. Now, what does Sharma do here? If he's batting within himself and supporting his partner,
Thanks.
he's got to assess how Rishabh Pant is going at the other end quickly, because they can't afford to stall. You're chasing 212, they'll get out of hand quickly if the innings stalls.
Only knows one way, Rishabh Pant. And he will be aggressive from the start, you would imagine.
It's just like a clip, this one. Just a quick clip round square leg that came off the bat so fast.
And he's got plenty of that as well. Don't mind saying, he will go for it from the start. 2 balls, 10 runs, 92 for 2 after 9.
Yeah, well, here's Sharma's answer, isn't it? Just keep going the way you're going and support the bloke at the other end. How to make your intentions known straight up. He had nothing but 6 in mind from the minute Santner began his run-up.
Sodhi, 1 over for 14. Mitchell Santner, 3 overs for 32.
1.
2 wickets though, Mitchell Santner. They'll push for 2 here. No. Is Rohit Sharma.
Great communication, though, between the two. There was never any doubt going to be a run out. Called early. They were trying hard for a second, but it was never there, and communicated real early. Waiting for the fireworks from this gifted cricketer.
Oh!
I think Sodhi's just doesn't want to give Pant too much room outside off stump. Brings a whole array of shots in.
Got this one well enough. That is down into the players' enclosure. Into the New Zealand one. 100 up.
Case in point, isn't it? Gave him too much width, gave him too much room. Punt didn't care. He's out there to absolutely butcher it. Man back, long off, short boundary straight. He doesn't care. He's all about the quality of strike right now.
No chance here. Rohit Sharma wasn't sure. Didn't want to go until Kane Williamson had seen it go by, but he didn't in the end. A little bit of confusion, but safe.
Well, he was ball watching, wasn't he, Rohit Sharma? Because he's been sitting back watching what's been happening down the other end so much. And in the end, Williamson just kicked it away in frustration. Imagine if he picked it up cleanly and had a go.
Oh. Backing, backing. Coming to me.
Such an exciting player, Rishabh Pant. Love watching him bat. Never a dull moment. This young man is out in the middle, no matter what format of the game. And again, that'll be 6 more. He's got plenty on that. Up onto the bank, down towards our trucks. 16 from the over, 108 for 2, 10 gone. Vijay Shankar picked up a couple of 6s off the bowling of Ish Sodhi. The last 5 overs we're looking at here. Didn't quite get enough on that one, and Colin de Grandhomme picked up the catch. Brought Rishabh Pant to the crease, and he is all of a sudden 23 off just 6 deliveries. Rishabh Pant.
Well, hasn't Rishabh Pant changed the course of this match? Strike rate 383. And in this country, we've got to see him perform his feats in India and on the recent tour of Australia, and now in person. The ability to walk straight to the middle and find the middle of the bat. Quite incredible. 3 huge 6s, 1 4 and just 6 deliveries. That's brought about a change. Blair Tickner back into the attack, and just the 1 over for him so far. Frankie Mackay, Craig Cumming, might be an opportunity, or it might be forced upon Kane Williamson to be an opportunity to have to go to other bowlers.
Yeah, I don't mind this though, someone like Blair Tickner, as long as he sticks to what he does, knows what he's good at. And his strength, and he has a very good slow ball. He started with that, but is the fact that he runs in and he tries to bowl quick and he hits the pitch really hard. Under these circumstances, if he changes what he does and thinks, oh, I've got to do this or do that, and it's not him, then he won't be successful. And really good to see him at the moment pointing to where he wants his field. That means he's in control.
Well, one of the areas that Rishabh Pant struggled a little, if you could call it that, because he had a great IPL last year, was to the short ball under the armpit. Short ball that was bowled straight. And Tickner might well be the best exponent of that New Zealand has, the ability to bowl a short ball at the body. And has Rishabh Pant been able to counter that tactic?
The field is set for that. So maybe that is plan A.
It's pretty good. It's in the gap, and they might get back for 2.
Yeah, it looks like Blair Tickner is going to bowl to that plan, but well fielded out on the boundary. Mitchell Santner, good throw, might have had Pant in a little bit of difficulty there coming back for 2.
From India, point of view, I think they just need to find a boundary and over. And New Zealand's goal is obviously to keep them away from that. The experienced Rohit Sharma, he's been playing second fiddle, really, to firstly Vijay Shankar and now Rishabh Pant. Might be a case that he just gives Rishabh Pant the strike, lets him have a free licence. Or he could just caress it through the covers. Santner's quick and does well.
Good example of a bit of dew starting to settle on the ground or form on the ground. Satner slipped, but also the ball is just kissing off this pitch beautifully now. Satner, as he goes to get up as well, there's a slip beforehand. I think Tickner's natural length is just back from where he landed that one.
They're delivering a slow ball bouncer. Look, I hear what you're saying, Craig, as well, because Tim Southey was down in front of us here, commentary box. It's a slow ball bouncer as Sharma threw the shot. And he had the brush out trying to clean his spikes. So I think it is getting a little damp. There's that over without a boundary for New Zealand. Good one from Tickner. 1-1-5 for 2. India have kept the run rate in check most of the way through. They're going at 10.5 runs and over. They need 10.9. Most importantly, 8 wickets left. And just asked a question of you both. Is this forcing Kane Williamson into plan B with the spinners being dispatched? And we've got our answer, Daryl Mitchell.
Again, Daryl Mitchell's the sort of player who started with the slow ball balls a lot at the end. We've said that throughout the series, and that's one of the reasons, along with his batting, he's in the side. He's very good at the Yorkers and the slow balls. He tries to run in, I think, a bowl back of a length for these sort of players. I don't know. He's going to rely on a mistake. If he can do with the skills that he knows he can do and go for 7 again and back up Tickner's over, maybe 8, the run rate then goes to 12 and over. Key is for these guys, and it's tough under pressure, and this is what they want. This is what they want to find out, the selectors, just to trust what they do well.
That's it. That's the ball you were talking about, Craig. Looking to play to his strengths, taking pace off the ball, up in the block hole. Where the first time that punts looked a little uneasy at the crease.
And that's great to see, because that's what he does really well. Be able to follow it up.
Well, Williamson does well.
Lovely Kane, lovely Kane!
And decides to hold on to it. I'm going to suggest this is going to be a true battle too for Mitchell. Rohit Sharma, who's in and going. Rishabh Pant, who's seems hell-bent on just trying to hit everything out of the ground. And he is a part-time bowler, Mitchell. He works hard on his bowling, but he's not someone who a captain would rely on to get through 4 in every game.
He's not a player that normally hits back of a length. That's my point about what he's doing. He does bowl very good wide York because he's trying that to punt.
The last 10 balls at the very least haven't gone for a boundary. That is in the slot. Rohit Sharma almost swung himself out of his shoes.
On the money. So one of the good things for New Zealand is someone like Daryl Mitchell was used to bowling in one of the local games, the Super Smash. He bowled the last over, no other overs in the match. So he came on, it was on this ground, 12 or 13 runs up to play with. So he's used to the pressure. He's used to that feeling of anxiety, clearing the head. And he's going to need all of that at the moment. 4 singles, big ball, really big ball for this match.
And he wins that big ball. 120 for 2.
Yet, Scotty, if New Zealand win this game, I'd go back to that last delivery. And I think that's really crucial. That's why how big a ball it was. Sometimes we forget about what happens during a game.
Eight overs to go, 93 runs needed. 2 good overs from New Zealand, and Williamson will stick with Tickner. No sign yet of MS Dhoni, the great closer. And you just spoke about pressure. Well, even Rohit Sharma's now starting to thrash at the ball. That's just not the way he plays. So elegant usually.
The required run rate had been sitting around 10 for a large part of this innings and now pushed up to 11.7. See the pressure starting to tell a little bit on Rohit Sharma. Hunt just trying to hit everything out of the ground, so I don't think he'll be too worried about it.
Taken. Tickner gets his first wicket at the international level, and it is Rishabh Pant.
Not the greatest delivery. 118 k's though, the slow ball, and Punt couldn't get underneath it. Dragged it from outside off stump, but put it down to the pressure of the last close to 2 overs. Haven't been able to pick up a boundary. The big smile for the big fella, and he deserves it. Handling the pressure. Punt gone for 28, 121 for 3.
Renowned as a bounce bowler, but just proves with the slower deliveries he's got more than one string to the bow. Good catch from the skipper.
Just continuing on what we've seen from him in the Burger King Super Smash all season. Ability to pick up wickets almost out of nowhere. Not often, I mean, not always off the best ball that he bowls in his over, but seems to have a bit of a golden arm and a knack of picking up wickets at crucial moments for his side.
Such a tough time to come back and bowl. Hunt was striking over 400. Hit 3 sixes and 8 balls and 1 4. And to be able to do what he's been able to do along with Mitchell. Hardik Pandya. Right rate of 150.
Oh, Hardik Pandya says, bowl short at me all you like. These Indian batsmen have just come out swinging.
What a shot, first ball. Flamboyant swing of the bat. Back knee up off the ground, swiveling around. Deposits it onto the bank. Pressure back on to Tickner here.
That's 139 kilometres an hour. And just wondered where MS Dhoni was. Well, Hardik Pandya says he's not needed yet. That 6 was the first boundary for 2 overs. India just stalling a little in this run chase. Good length. Just looks like he's expecting the short delivery or waiting for it at least.
A really good slow ball. Yeah, he was in position, wasn't he? Getting ready to belt it over the leg side again. Had to hold the balance. Again, I like after that delivery, Tickner was setting his own field.
Quick single, Southey just on his heels. End of a very good over though from Tickner. A wicket, Nate. 128 for 3.
Well, they've got it over 12, Frankie. 12.1, and it just shows.
Plenty of options for Kane Williamson, so Daryl Mitchell will get another over. Hasn't been able to trust the spinners. Santner, 3 overs for 32. Manish Sodhi was taken to by Rishabh Pant, 2 overs for 30.
Backing, lads, backing.
Sure, it would have gone through Williamson's mind as a captain. All good captains try and stay in front of the game, don't they, and try and be... You'd rather pull the bowler out of the attack. One over too early rather than 1 over too late.
Got that look at Pandya. Just wants to be able to put it over the park, over the boundary.
Well, it's a great effort from Bracewell. The low full toss from Mitchell's put away.
Quality striking from Pandya, deep in the crease, still on contact, just picks his gap to perfection. 1 bounce 4.
Sign of the dew is there after he lands. Dougie Bracewell slid for quite a while. Mitchell thought he'd picked up the wicket.
Required run rate still over 12, 12.2. And just add 6 more to that. He picked the slow ball. Hardik Pandya is taking off.
Well, the ball's fried now. They'll be getting a new one. It is absolutely cooked. And this is a little bit of Dhoni in this when he hit it. Kept the head down. New straight away.
Good comeback ball from Mitchell there. Tried the slow ball, the ball before, and got hit over his head. It's back to another one of his core skills, the wide Yorker. Executes it well and gets hit out to a sweeper. And not often you say it, but he'd probably prefer to be bowling to Rohit Sharma at this time of the innings.
Yeah, he's just sitting down the other end, isn't he, Frankie? Pretty quiet. Enjoying everything that's going around him.
Edge, and he He's picked up Rohit Sharma. And he'll be over the moon. Great way to finish for New Zealand. Rohit Sharma departs.
Mitchell going wide again. Seam up this time, just shaping away from Sharma. A healthy edge through to Seifert. A wee bobble in the gloves as well. It hangs on. Mitchell is fired up that wicket there. Rohit Sharma departs. 38 off the 32 balls. India now 141 for 4.
New Zealand need to keep taking wickets and get into that lower Indian order. So much talent in the batting order for India. Another change. Familiar chant of MS Dhoni, Dhoni, Dhoni when he came out. Scott Kugelheim replaces Tickner, and MS Dhoni walks out, the great finisher. Crushed. New Zealand had one of the major differences, I think, actually, between the two sides so far has been the fielding. India put down so many chances. I think Hardik Pandya had 4 dropped off his bowling alone. New Zealand will know they have to take everything that goes up in the air, and so far they've been pretty good.
Tough chances for India. Some of them are really tough. But it just allowed New Zealand to keep the momentum. You think of someone like Colin de Grandhomme and that middle order. The best way you stall the run rate is by taking wickets. We're really intrigued here to see how Dhoni goes about this chase.
It is well bowled.
A bit of fielding. Dougie Bracewell using the due to his advantage, and it's a heck of a shot outside off stump. 145 Ks.
Impressive pace tonight, isn't he, Scott Kugelheim, to that 150 mark. It's been quite a difference between he and Tickner. Not a lot of time, though, for MS Dhoni to get himself in. He's the master of just working out a way and plotting his way to a target. Kugelheim top speed 149.7, and everything in this over has been over 140. Williamson has a chance to take the catch, and he does. The bat goes flying, but most importantly, I think Pandya is out.
145k and really skidded off the pitch. The bat went flying out of the hands. Slightly confusing. No one knew what to do, but lucky for New Zealand, Williamson had the eye on the ball and took the catch. Pandya gone for 21, 145 for 5. Good catch by Williamson, safe under the high ball. It just wasn't quite short enough. It's fuller from Kugelheim, and because of that, couldn't get underneath it. Pandya had the horrible feeling of seeing that bat fly.
First wicket in the series too for Kugelheim. Been impressive tonight. Seamers for New Zealand, in fact, have all done a pretty good job. So Dinesh Karthik, another player who seemingly has been around forever. A lot of talent, a lot of ability to score quickly.
What's next up?
Run rate required, 13.2. What I like from the captaincy and leadership perspective too is Tim Southey, New Zealand's senior fast bowler, stood at mid-off pretty much the whole innings. Certainly when the quicks are operating. He knows how inexperienced Kugelheim is. Even Mitchell, Tickner on debut.
What I think is he's not telling them what to do, he's asking and then just helping them confirm. Trust it and then go with it. Been really good to see.
That is an outstanding over from Kugelheim. 4 and a wicket, 145 for 5.
Mark that down as the important 5-over block of the match. 37 for 3, including 3 in form, fine strikers. Karthik and Dhoni. It's pretty much in their hands. And they get India within a sniff. This guy has been a magician for so long. New Zealand at the same time were 151 for 3, India 145 for 5. Here's Mitchell.
No.
Every dot is gold.
Well, before this dot, the required run rate was 13.5. After a dot, it's 14.1. That's how rapidly the game is going away from India. You mentioned people in good form, 3 of them getting dismissed. I'm going to use the word scratchy for Rohit Sharma, and it's not often that you actually say that for him. Either he gets dismissed or scores a big one. They just couldn't get going.
Well, this could be the end of MS Dhoni as well. Southey takes the catch. That is a huge moment.
Had the length, MS Dhoni, to whack that a long way, but he just got underneath at the time. He wasn't quite there. Too much elevation. Oh, what a wicket for Mitchell. He'll remember that one. He has this great champion on his way back for 2, 145 for 6.
Well, it was there, as you say, it was cross-seam delivery, so it might have just bounced a touch more. And right from the outset, Dhoni knew he just had not got enough of it. Timing wasn't there, perhaps just a touch early in the innings for him. Fast hands were not fast enough, and the safe hands were. Bruno Punja, the non-striker. Another one here, is it? No, it's just cleared Southey, just enough. Oh, superb fielding, the Grondholm in tandem. I think they'll have a look at it, but at first glance it looked outstanding.
Was outstanding. Because he didn't even look at the ball, he just put his head down, started running backwards. Saved a certain boundary. +2 for Saudi. We also saw a slightly different side of Dhoni today. He's someone who actually takes the game into the 18th, 19th, 20th over. Not today.
It's disappeared into the sky. Long way back. India will not lie down. 153 now.
Probably at his pace, when it's not an off-speed short ball, it's not a slower bounce, it's just a genuine short ball, you're asking for trouble.
Off late, Dinesh Karthik has been donning the role of a finisher for his IPL side, even when he's played T20 cricket for India. I remember him hitting a 6 off the last ball to win the tournament in the Haas Trophy. Krunal Pandya can bat as well. We all know that.
A little bit of movement there, away from the right-handed Karthik.
Conventional swing in the 16th over. A rare sight these days.
Just a single from the last one, so a wicket and 9 runs, 154 for 6. For Mitchell, it's been pretty handy all-round performance today. With the bat, he was very good for New Zealand towards the end of their innings. Taking a very good catch, and they're now 2 for 27 from his 3. And a high-scoring day, that's not too bad. To win, 24 deliveries. Still not out of the realms of possibility, but 1 or 2 huge overs required.
Well, there is a theory that if 6 or 7 can't do it, 8 won't. We'll get further validation or a contrary opinion today.
Wow, that's gone so high. So high. Huge hit. Sure, I've seen a shot over the offside with that much altitude.
Been some superb shots played this evening. Just stand and deliver, get your hands through it type shots. That has gone high, you're right, Smithy.
What a start to this over. Glorious stroke play. Win, lose or tie, what a game. What an exhibition of hitting. Hugely disappointed with himself. Kartik there, he screamed at one end, he screamed as he was running because he knew he missed out on a golden opportunity there.
Got it.
Bruno Panya.
Lovely, Roscoe. Keep going, boys. Come on, lads.
Another 6 and a 4 in this over. Another 10 runs off this over. Get into the 170s. Chance.
South has got 2 left. This being the 17th, 18th and the 20th will be bowled by him.
It's at that point now, though, isn't it, for the bowlers, that they know, all right, one well-controlled over here, one good over, one over, you pick up a wicket maybe. And a good over now is one that goes for 8. Will have a dramatic effect on what's needed per over from that point.
Well, an extra one for that.
Ideally, you would go with the Saudi for 17th and 19th. You're protecting a score. 19th becomes a more crucial over. However optimistic we might be, fact is that dice is heavily loaded in the host's favor at this point in time. Nearly 15 and over.
It's been good, Tick. No, I've liked his attitude, his body language throughout this whole exercise. He's looked confident. He's looked as if he wants to get on with it.
After the first ball, which is a slower ball in this over, he's just gone to, he's dug one in at reasonable pace, got away with that one, and then he's just stuck to the basics. Going to keep it simple for himself in this situation.
Well, he'll just get a single, and that might be the best result for New Zealand because he'll be on strike for the next over. 165 for 6. Kumar, Yadav and Ahmed to come. And not a lot of great hitting power when you're talking about scoring at 16 runs and over. Feeling that Kartik is the player that has to win this from here. Southey will bowl over number 18.
So Southey can bowl out. Thinking perhaps Cougar Lion from the other end. He's got one left.
This is the moving over. If you don't get 20-25 of this game will be too far away from India to actually win the series.
Well, you see the plan here immediately. Tim Southey, if he can get it right, it's with the field set, is to bowl full, wide of off stump. He's got a very fine third man up in the circle. Then he has a third man as well. Wide third man, a deep point and a long off.
That's 6, and that's glorious. That is into the official tent with class written all over it.
Can't bowl length, you're going to bowl wide, you've got to hit the Yorker length. This is just the wrong length. Although, it's very hard to criticise the bowler, because I think you've got to celebrate that as a cricket shot. There's something out there.
Outrageous shot, really. Gets that nice and fine, and that'll run away from Sodhi. A little bit of luck there, and India will take it. It's still in it.
That's the 2 balls in this over. 11 already scored. This time the rub of the green going Krunal Pandya's way. Inside edge.
You caught it, Akash, didn't you? This is the over. Winning or losing of the game. Sodhi needed to dive. Boundary's too short down there to let it get past you.
That's in a gap. New Zealand have got problems, and it is. How high was it too? I suppose it was legal in terms of its height. It was a big full toss, and now this over is 15 off 3 balls. That was just poor control.
Full toss all right, but he still needed to put it in the gap. And he did that with power, with timing. Krunal Pandya.
I think change the plan. Pandya looks like he's a player who wants some width outside to free the arms. Maybe change the plan and bowl straighter.
I think what I've seen, you've got to get into his body. Bowl at his body. That's much, much better. But it's a start to an over, which has given India a genuine opportunity.
Whoever is going to bowl the 19th will now be under tremendous pressure. Unless Saudi can manage a wicket in the remaining 2 balls. Bowl 2 balls for just 2 runs. I still feel the pressure is back on.
Another boundary. One more boundary. Get it into the 20s of 2 overs. That's really on. Get it down under the 30 with 2 overs to go. Karthik's happy with that. He's content. They don't have to put pressure on for a second. Boundary here is huge for India. Dowdy needs to hit that spot again, that Yorker spot.
He hasn't tried a change of pace in this over. 6 balls already.
Beautifully bowled. So he finished it strong, Tim Southee, with just 3 singles. It's 183 for 6. Been a party the last 3 weeks while India have been here, and the last part of the party is pretty close to going down to the wire. And it will be Scott Kuggeleijn, the bowler's 4th.
A 20-run over. India will be ahead. 15 required. 15 actually will put New Zealand in the driver's seat is what I feel.
It was there. Colonel Pandya knows it was there. It was on leg stump, and fine leg is up inside the circle. It was there to go.
It's not a great sign either, maybe for the New Zealand captain, with the field set and his bowler's running and bowled one right where it should have been put away. Right where you don't want to bowl it.
30 off 11. So the last 5 deliveries, India have scored just 4 singles. Crucial time. 29 from 10.
You're either looking for Yorkers or back of length. Really hit the deck hard ball that hits the top half of the bat. Dinesh Karthik, his working areas will go over covers. That's where he actually collected 1 boundary. Or he'll target the mid-wicket region.
Or inside the circle on the offside. So it's on to go over extra cover, over mid-off. Or over the backward square leg by a country mile. And Scott Kugelheim nearly went into Chris Kugelheim drive.
Oh, this worries me. I don't like this length. It's length. That's the problem. He's got to decide. He's got to go block hole. Go block hole or then change up his pace with maybe the slower, shorter one. But that is just in the slot for a batsman in this game.
23 from 9, another boundary. 3 deliveries to go. Can they get it down to about 16 or 17?
The fact that he was able to go inside out over covers might have just discouraged Kugelheim to go for another Yorker. Now fine leg in, long off pushed back. Herdman fine leg both inside the circle.
He's got to go full. Has to go full, but it has to be straight full. But down the ground is sort of protected. I'm not sure it was hit well enough to get through to the boundary, but the stumps did their job for New Zealand.
Change of pace, full ball.
It was beautifully bowled. It was exactly the line and the length that Williamson asked him to bowl. They did his job in that capacity. If he got a little toe on it, would have been an added bonus. Still, India need a boundary in this over to finish it off. 2 balls left. Great slower ball. Terrific slower ball under pressure.
Yeah, there's your answer. Not looking to hit what you call the hole. Not looking for the Yorker, but looking to upset the batsman's sense of time, and he's done it well with a nicely delivered slower ball.
Last ball of the 19th. 7 to go. 22 required. Must go big, India, here. You must. And you do. And you do. Miles downtown. Incredible strike. 16 of the last 6. Unbelievable. 197 for 6. Oh.
Once again, it was just the on-speed length delivery in the slot. No one's got away with that length today.
Still an incredible cricket shot. This is number 8. Colonel Pandya.
That's the point. He is not number 8. He's just batting at number 8. Much better player than that. 22 ball, 52-run partnership.
Well, this place is rocking now. Absolutely rocking, because India genuinely believe they can win this now. Look at their fans. They can sense a miracle here, and it will be miraculous from where they were at. New Zealand fans, well, they're hopeful, quietly hopeful. 16 from 6, and it will be Southey.
First 3 balls. 6 or a 4, or 2 fours. 6 and 2 singles would do.
Southey has to bowl Yorkers from mine. He just has to hit that area around about the toes that they can't get elevation, and it has to be straight with it. Anything apart from that is open slather, I think.
Keep it simple, hit the hole.
That's the hole, but there's another hole. Mitchell does brilliantly. That was timed. So well timed.
It was timed and it was travelling. Needed some doing by the fielder at the fence. Outstanding shot, was able to dig it. Dinesh Karthik.
14 from 5. Pressure on the umpire. Karthik saying outside the wide line. Umpire saying, well, you changed that line by moving across.
He did, he moved. He moved, and so he gave it away. Went that way, but then his real instinct was always to go to the offside.
Well, that makes it very hard now. 14 from 4.
6 off this ball.
And Mitchell will get in the way of this one as well.
And he doesn't run.
He didn't run, Karthik, so he said, I'll do it. He has to say, I'll do it, yet Panya's been hitting it pretty well.
Excuse me? He does realise what the bloke at the other end's been doing over the last 20 minutes, does he?
12 ball 25 for Krunal Pandya. Strike rate of 208. 2 boundaries and 2 sixes.
I don't get that. I'm sorry, I don't get that moment. I really don't get it now.
Why are you running now then? Declined a single then, taking a single now. 2 balls 13.
Well, 2 sixes is a tie. 2 sixes is a tie. I don't get why he didn't take the single.
It'll be an interesting conversation in the changing chairs afterwards between these two. Because I'm telling you right now, Pandya was not happy with being turned back.
Well, should he be? 25 off 12 himself, quite willingly.
If it wasn't for the 6 of the last ball of the previous over, India was not in this game at all. Google line was deposited down the ground by Krunal Pandya.
Oh, the stumps again. A cruel blow for India. I don't think it would have mattered anyway. The equation was too tough to win it along the ground. It had to go in the air, and it had to go a long way.
In the last 2 overs, the stumps of the non-strikers in may have saved New Zealand 10 runs. No, 6.
Anyway, while you sort through that, it's 12 off 1. Oh, it's a wide. It's got to be a wide. It is a wide. Southey's not happy. Williamson's not happy. It's above the head. It's a wide. $11 off 1.
12 off 1. A normal ball would have done. He didn't need to bowl a bouncer.
Exactly.
Just added something a little extra at the end of the game.
Last ball, we think. And India are going to miss, but not by much. The last one goes for 6. How close? How close have they come to this? New Zealand are absolutely over the moon happy. But what a game of cricket. What a day and what a night of cricket. 2 last ball finishes, and New Zealand have won them both. This has been a fantastic exhibition of hitting, and the last one, whilst it's 6 in the book, it still leaves them 4 runs short of New Zealand's total. Not for the first time, Kane Williamson and the Blackcaps hold up limited overs trophy, but they'll be very proud of this one because they've beaten a very good side, a top class side in India.